I don't see anything positive about women. But it's like you have to bring that child to give her education and say, listen, women are doing great. So mommy, if women are doing great, where are the top managers, bank managers, even governors? Do you know in Nigeria we've got 36 states? Out of the 36 states, not even one single female governor. Not even one single female governor. And even the assistant or deputy governor is just one deputy governor in the whole country of 170 million people. And yet, when it comes to voting, we've got more women than men. So, in one way, the media, as we have been cut off entirely, it's like if we don't exist. But I believe that we do exist. And this is what, when you talk about women movement and empowerment, it's because of the way we've been portrayed, and we have to fight for ourselves. But that fighting for ourselves means that women, you have to love one another. Because we have to love ourselves for us to be able to stick together and to fight for ourselves. And what I've seen here today, since Monday, if women can do that outside, we'll be fighting, the media will not get hold of us, because we'll be able to sue every single media that sees us as, nothing. And that is a fact. So we need to stick together and fight ourselves. And the Sicily movement that we've had here almost a week now, that we have to portray that outside. And I think that is very, very important. Yes, I know that women are doing more. Some countries are doing better than others. There's no doubt about it. But we need to do further. And the women movement, unfortunately, will never stop.
Let me tell you one thing. In Africa, more than 30% speaker in the parliament are women. Because when Meera Kumar was speaker of the parliament, she invited women speakers from all over the world. When I covered this, we find that lots of African countries has a larger number of speakers.
Yeah, some of the African countries are. But unfortunately, Nigeria, being the giant, they call Nigeria giant of Africa. It's the giant of Africa, but unfortunately, it doesn't treat women properly. The last administration had actually 36% of women in the administration. But would you believe it, that this new administration since 2015 is gone down to 16%. So rather than going up, we regress it. And we have got gender issues that has been tabled at the House, and all of it was thrown away. So it looks like back in Nigeria, we are starting all over again. So when you think about the empowerment, that's why we will never stop, because it looks like one moment we go in front and then we regress. There is no sustainability among all the other countries, especially my country, that's trying to achieve gender balance and gender parity. So it's still very difficult for us. Thank you.
Yeah, I just like to say that the take we get is that the media houses are to blame for all these skimpy, sexist photographs which they put in the papers, because I know page 3 never used to sell page 3, they started with all this gimmicks and it's sold. So why don't they have women of substance instead in page 3? Instead of having this, no one's going to, it's not going to be said. So the blame totally lies with the media houses, as you rightly said.
One is that they give award to the women of substance, so all.
No, but they should cover them in the papers. I mean, what's there to give award?
Hi, my name is Gina Otto. And, if you think about this, a conference like this would not have happened 5 years ago. A conference like this would not have happened 10 years ago. But with the advent of technology, this conference is happening, and it will continue to happen. And it is happening all over the world, right? So in the past, we have known that women have gone through all of these issues. We know that very well. We've seen the documentaries, we know the statistics, we can talk about them ad nauseum. But in this moment, we know that there's a collective voice, and that voice is global. And these women are joining together every single day in every single way.
Absolutely.
And I will tell you that the women of the planet are joining together. And it is a force that will not stop.
I'm feeling
So we have been told that, hold on. So wait, please, let me finish. So we know that we have been told to go home, we have been told to stop talking, we have been told to hold our place. But we're not holding our place anymore.
No, we're not.
And we will never hold our place again. And so, it is my sincere invitation that I will humbly submit for your mature consideration. Get on board. Get on board. It is very good. I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
No, I'll tell you something.
Wait, I'm not finished.
No, I'll tell you something.
I know, I'm not ready
No, that's
to hear.
okay.
No,
You know, I
no.
want to interrupt you.
Wait, sir, I'm not finished. So,
Terry Press.
this is what I will have to say.
Our company, it was formed in 1938. It was formed by my
I'm
grandfather.
seriously not finished.
Yes.
Thank you.
Please.
So, thank you. So, it is imperative because the train has left the station, right? And so in this moment, we are never going back, right? And we all get to decide, every single one of us, are we going to be a part of the problem that will continue and continue and continue, or does each and every one of us get to look inside our own hearts and decide who we are going to be and live a life that we are proud of? Look at the Prime Minister of Canada, who is now on the right side of everything. And he has become not only the most popular man in Canada, but one of the most popular men in the world. Barack Obama, as he leaves this horrible administration that he has had to deal with, these horrible Republicans, he is creating the Obama Foundation. And he will be on the right side of so many good and wonderful things and become one of the most powerful men in the world. Sir, you can become one of the most powerful men in the world. One of the most powerful men in the world, because the women of the world, 50% of the planet, will support you. They will get behind you. You will become their champion. And everyone, I come from the US and I will tell you I have never heard of you before. But you do this, you get on the side of these women and you begin changing, I will know about you in the US and so will all of my sisters. Thank you.
I want to submit women's magazines and of women of substance. I can say that for you.
Yes.
Now you can speak to yourself.
Well, actually, if you look at the Indian household and Indian businesses, most of the Indian businesses have been created by women and they have run by women. And I don't know if somebody's going to write a book on it someday or something. Most of the large businesses in India have had a very, very strong woman behind them. And those women have actually controlled finances and policies in that family. And consequently, the business itself, including the business model. I know my 4 grandmothers and great-grandmothers. They actually built all our businesses. My grandfather, Vishwanath, and his wife, my grandmother, Sneprabha. So, my grandfather was at a time very, very ill. This was way back in the 1950s. And she controlled everything, for a good 15 years. And after that, she continued controlling till about 1998, till she was 80 years old. And my great-grandmother in Agra, ran a dairy, a milk dairy. And the same thing was there because it was the Indian freedom movement. And a lot of these men folk, who were in large businesses, went to prison. They were imprisoned by the Britishers. And a lot of these women, whose men were in the prison and they were doing a lot of freedom work, actually ran businesses.
Are you denying that women are experiencing discrimination? Are you denying
No, they did not get
poverty of
discriminated.
women?
No. They were very powerful. They were, within the family, they were very, very powerful.
Yes, that's really nice for you.
No, it's not for me.
Yes.
It's for the entire world.
You're saying that women are powerful, but we already know that. We are all powerful.
No.
change the way that you act, if that makes sense.
Great contributions. Well, I also deal in reality. And I want to pick the word that you said about being ingrained in him, about his ideologies being ingrained in him. And the question I would ask is, who ingrained this ideology? And it falls back to the woman, the mother. And as much as we blame our men for controlling the media and blaming them for the opinions that they have, we also have to shift and balance it and blame ourselves, the women, because we as mothers have sons who we bring up in a certain way, based on culture, based on religion, or whatever, or our own ideologies. And we bring them up with them thinking the woman is lower than the man. So like she said, this is today. So we can start today to say, our sons, we will bring them up with the knowledge that a woman is maybe not equal, but as the same. Well, we'll use the word equal. All human beings are equal. That the woman should be treated with respect, that anything about the woman should be portrayed in a positive way and valued. Because we can go back and forth to say, you, the man, you are the owner of the media, you are controlling the media, you should. But there are also women who control media. And frankly, I watched the movie. It won the best in the last AMV, that's African Movie Awards. It was the best movie of the year. It's called Yes, I think. That's from Stephanie Okereke. You know, she's the one that produced the movie. It's about VVF, the fistula syndrome for women, the vagina monologues, I think that's what it is. And what struck me in that movie was the northern hero, well, will I say hero? The northern man in the movie, the main actor in the movie, and his mom. He married a girl that was like 13 years, who during pregnancy developed this disease. And it was not even the man who was very mean to this girl. It was his mother. And that's a woman like her. She threw her into another room and encouraged her son not to see her again, not to even treat her, but encouraged him to marry another 13-year-old girl. So we as women need to start telling